Hello, Christian. Thank you very much for submitting this 16-mark question on time. It's very, very thorough. So I've had a read through of it, just some feedback here on what you've submitted. The main reason why William was able to keep hold of power was his ferocious punishment of rebels between 1066, 1087. That's essentially the whole course, really. That covers the conquest and his coronation right up into his death. So you've got a lot of examples that you can draw upon. Let's just see how you've started that. Straight to the point. Perhaps some sort of introductory statement might have improved this. So rather than going immediately into the points, something along the lines of William used a variety of methods to maintain power. At times he used very ferocious punishments, and at other times, he relied on granting favors or offering rewards to keep men's loyalty. Something along those lines, a statement which just interprets the question and allows you to frame the rest of your answer. So one reason he's able to keep power was because, all right, military psychological impact. Yeah, this is really, really well explained. So well done. Very clear explanation about the value of castles. Not necessarily as a way of punishing people, but as a way of instilling fear in the population to avoid the need for punishment, so to deter rebels. And I think you convey that really clearly. Good job. Another factor why over here. Factor to why as to why William maintained his power was through rewarding his followers. Very good. Some examples can be seen being that he's sent gifts to the people. Yeah, he did. Pay for mercenaries. He taxed England to pay his mercenaries and granted land. Well, I think taxing England to pay his mercenaries was a very unpopular move, so I probably wouldn't branch it with some of the other points that you're about to introduce. It did mean that he kept control of his followers and meant that he didn't incite rebellion or unhappiness amongst his own ranks. So if you're going to include it there, try to explain it very clearly. It's not the same as granting land and earldoms to his followers, because the mercenaries, of course, left as soon as they were granted their money. So these were Bretons, people from Brittany and Burgundy and other parts of France and Belgium. This meant that he was able to maintain powers and followers. Therefore, I do not agree with the above statement. Yeah, rather than saying, therefore, I do not agree with the above statement, I would just say, therefore, it can be argued that this, it was not William's ferocious punishment was not the main reason why he was able to keep power, rather than just referring to it in this very cold way of the statement, and so try to make it look like an actual natural argument. Another factor was maintained by Pierre, creating a Doomsday Book. Very good. What did that allow him to do? Now, the only problem with this, I agree, the Doomsday Book was a invaluable way of him maintaining power. But when did he actually compile the to maintain power? Okay, very good. But the problem is, the Doomsday Book is finished, completed in 1086, which is the year before William's death. And if your question is asking you to explain how he was able to keep power between 1066 and 87, you can say that the Doomsday Book was important, but certainly not for the whole reign. For 1 year of his, 21 years as king. Okay. So if you'd actually included that point, I'd bump you up. The next, William's harrying of the North in 1069 to 17. Yep, very good. Events followed some of the most cool events. Excellent. Yeah, this is probably your strongest paragraph. Lots of key details. The argument is clear. You're making a sort of sustained argument. In conclusion, I partially agree with the statement. I think William would not resort to violence regularly, but when things got out of hand, he would ferocious punishment. I'd just say, for example, talk about people like Waltheof, who was executed. Talk about the way that he dealt with the rebels in 1075 in general, and then also how he handles Edwin and Morcar. These are all really important ways of discussing how he was ferocious in the way he dealt with people, alongside the harrying of the North. But other than that, I'd say it was really good. We're talking grade marks rather. I think that, yeah, you definitely meet that for the conclusion, which is good. So accurate and relevant information is precisely selected. Yeah, you do. Showing wide-ranging knowledge, yes. And understanding the required features or characteristics of the period. You do show that. The knowledge is indicative of a good understanding of the whole period, although let down a bit by the doomsday paragraph. Showing a line of reason that's coherent, sustained, and yes, certainly. So I would place this around a 14 or 15 out of 16. You can just make some of the changes that I referred to get you up to a 16 for that. Good job, and keep sending these through.